Creativity changes the everyday. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is active. Creativity is freedom. Alpha NEX5 debut.
Sony.
Well, Michael Nagy, here we are in the stunning setting of the Park Hyatt here in Sydney on an absolutely amazing Sydney winter morning. This has to be one of the most attractive cities in the world on a beautiful winter's day, doesn't it?
Thank God for a beautiful winter's day.
Yeah, because I know the weather in Sydney hasn't been brilliant over the last couple of weeks, but as an artist and an art dealer, I mean, you must look at Sydney and think, you know, it is a very sort of artistic and photogenic city, and it's one of the most painted cities in the world in many ways.
Well, I think it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, just sitting on one of the most beautiful harbours, and that's where we have the good fortune to be on this harbour.
Absolutely. Well, look, you also have the good fortune with Fine Art Retreats, your organisation, to be working in one of the other most beautiful parts of the world that I really enjoy, and that's Bali. Tell me about a bit about your programmes to Bali, and they're related to artistic tours and artistic programmes, and that sounds really exciting to me. Tell me a bit about them.
In Bali, we run Fine Art Retreats. These retreats are usually small groups of a maximum of 8 people, where they're conducted by major Australian artists who run the workshops and impart their creativity and knowledge and inspiration of the location of Ubud, which is perhaps one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, we go to great locations, temples and palaces, waterfalls and volcanoes, and it's just hard to beat the Balinese for friendliness and beauty in their own personality and creativity in their daily life.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? Because when you're in Bali, it actually, the inspiration does take you over, but particularly when you're in Ubud, and particularly as well, I think, and to be fair to Ubud, a lot of people go to Ubud and it's a bit crowded, but you get outside Ubud and the countryside is just incredible, and it's spellbinding, isn't it?
It is just magnificent. And where we go to on our retreats are somewhat more far from the maddening crowds. We have local friends that are guiding us, people who have lived in Bali, grown up in Bali, Balinese friends, and they take us to places that average tourists don't get to. Average travellers just don't get to see these temples and palaces.
But that's what high-end experiential products are about, isn't it? Because if it wasn't high-end, if it wasn't experiential, you'd go on a tour with 45 other people and just see everything that everybody else sees and be in a big queue and on a coach. But your product is definitely not that, with small groups. So take me through maybe a fairly normal, if you like, if there is such a thing, arts program or art retreat in Ubud.
Well, on our first day we would usually gather in the hotel, meet the artist, get to know the people, what levels of skills, because we cater from beginners to experienced artists. Mostly they are amateurs, but certainly professionals are welcome as well. So it's then we go to a location. Maybe on the first day we'll just keep it local. We'll go to somewhere like Cafe Lotus, which has the most beautiful pond, lotus pond, spread out before it, and it has a lovely selection of fine Balinese cuisine. And in the background is a temple it's actually a palace to Pura Sukawati, who is the goddess of learning and culture. And so that's our first day.
Fantastic.
And then from there, the next day, we will go off to another location in the mountains, as I say, perhaps a waterfall or a volcano or a temple again. And we'll spend 4 or 5 hours perhaps having lunch there. We provide picnic lunches if we're out on location by one of the finest caterers in Bali. She supplies everything that we would need. Another day we might go out to a rooster farm. Now roosters are a fabulous...
They're a feature of Bali, yeah.
They're a feature of Bali, and they're a fabulous subject for an artist.
Yes.
They're just beautiful creatures.
Yeah.
And so to go out to a farm where 1,000 roosters are perched on their hutches and making all this noise, but just strutting their stuff, big, powerful, well, small, powerful creatures. And so we might do that. Or another day we might go to someone's home and work in their home and in their private temple. Another day we might have a live model that will pose for us.
Yes. It's quite interesting, isn't it, that there are a lot of private temples in people's homes in Bali, and the Balinese are actually very religious.
Very much so.
And you've got to be careful not to offend them and so on with their temples, although they're very easygoing people, aren't they?
The Balinese are beautiful people. They're very understanding people. They don't sort of spring to anger if you make a mistake. They understand that you're a tourist and you don't necessarily know their ways.
Yes.
And so they're beautiful people.
Well, tell me, you're a partner at Luxperience, so you're going to be exhibiting at Luxperience, which is going to take place just over here at the Overseas Passenger Terminal here in Sydney. And that's my phone, but we'll just let it carry on ringing. It'll stop in a second. And this is taking place in September, okay? So what are your views on Luxperience as an opportunity for you to promote these excellent programs to Ubud in Bali?
Well, I see Luxperience as being an opportunity for me to break into a different market. My experience in Australia has been that I've been involved in the art market for 25 odd years. But through Luxperience I can see that I need to connect with and make different opportunities with different people, as with the travel agents that are coming to Luxperience.
And those are the sort of people you want to meet, isn't it, in Luxperience? Top-end travel agents dealing with, you know, if you like, I love the phrase, an English phrase, well-heeled. You know, people that've got a bit of cash that can actually go and want to have these really amazing experiences.
Exactly. That's precisely what I'm trying to do, and I see that Luxperience can help me there.
It seems to me you're the ideal combination of retreat, in other words, relaxation, chilling out, okay?
Exactly.
And then some sort of artistic element in terms of no matter what your level of skill is in terms of art, whether you're a nearly professional or an amateur, you can still go on the program, and yet you're having great food, great entertainment, and a wonderful, intimate time with some really amazing people.
Exactly. So you're having a great experience. It's not just an art workshop. If you want to do that, you can do that down the road with the local artist. This is about having a holiday, having an experience on your holiday, not sitting by the swimming pool, but engaging with the local culture and the environment.
Well, Michael, can you tell me where people in the interim, I mean, whilst we want everybody to come down to Luxperience in September, okay, can you tell me where people can find out more information about Luxperience, about fine art retreats?
Well, of course, the best place is on the net. The website is www.fineartretreats.com.au.
So www.fineartretreats.com.au. Well, Michael, thank you very much indeed for taking time out of your busy schedule. I mean, it is a tough place to be, this, isn't it? Sort of perched over Sydney Harbour, watching the boats coming in and looking at the skyline and so on. But I suspect we should probably just be putting our feet up and having a nice espresso, which is what I think we'll do now. But I look forward to seeing you in Luxperience and seeing how much interest there will be, which I'm sure will be significant.
I think there is. I'm finding that interest is growing all the time, and I see that with Luxperience I will be growing the business even more.
Brilliant. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.